Since 1981, actual NASA footage taken during space shuttle missions displays what some UFO experts believe are objects behaving in an unnatural manner. September 15, 1991. Space Shuttle Mission STS-48 Discovery, near 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time. This video was captured by a camera mounted on the bulkhead of the shuttle. A glowing object appears near the horizon. It moves toward the left of the screen, but then quickly moves to the right at an incredible speed. A TV camera mounted on the outside of the shuttle records the scene. A light flashes at the left of the screen, and the object changes direction and streaks away. Later, two streaks of light flash through empty space. What did the space shuttle camera capture?
This was the video that convinced NASA not to release the video right away. This became famous.
And what makes this so interesting is that we're out in space, so we don't have too many options. If the main object is an ice particle, it's about up here. The camera is back here, pointing up at a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
We're left with this vernier rocket firing down here as the only possible cause of an ice particle up here accelerating up and around like this.
Vernier rockets are small rocket engines originally used on these missions to help keep the shuttle on its correct trajectory. There were 4 Vernier rocket thrusters on the Space Shuttle Discovery during STS-48, 2 that point outwards and 2 that point down. When these were fired to help keep the shuttle on its path, they would often cause ice particles to break off from the shuttle into space.
There are a couple of the objects that you can track. If they are being accelerated by a rocket away, and where those trajectories meet, that has to be the location of the rocket. And the trajectories actually diverge when they come back, so they couldn't possibly be accelerated by a Vernier rocket.
If a Vernier rocket caused ice particles to accelerate, then these objects' paths could be traced back to the rocket. But in the footage, the objects' paths go in opposite directions. Making it nearly impossible for the Vernier rocket to be responsible.
Then you'll see there's a half-second pause. An ice particle can't pause when it's being pushed. We have some Vernier rockets that actually did fire about that time, but there is a 1.2-second delay between when the rocket fired and when the main object started to accelerate.
In your history of doing projects like this, have you ever been wrong?
From what I can tell from this data that I got, it stopped for half a second.
Since these objects' paths do not coincide with the origin point of the Vernier rockets, and they also appear to stop in mid-flight, the team believes that it is very unlikely these are ice particles from the shuttle.
It stops. That means there's some intelligent control going on.
But some UFO researchers theorize there is a darker story behind the flash at the top of the screen and the sudden movements of the objects.
One of the theories about what the objects are that seem to come from Earth in the NASA STS-48 video is that it's some kind of a missile or a projectile.
Something comes up from the lower left of the screen towards the object that just moved out of its way.
The people who know the weapon systems that were around when STS took place say we didn't have any of those weapons. there were weapons aimed in space, if those weapons existed, those would be the very weapons aimed at a UFO coming to Earth from outer space.
NASA would help a lot of us to understand this better and maybe eliminate a lot of this UFO speculation if they had some people that would come out and offer us their explanations for some of these things.
But is there an explanation for what the team believes is the most compelling NASA video yet? February 25th, 1996. A 12-mile-long tether accidentally breaks and floats away from the shuttle Columbia. When the tether is between 75 and 100 miles away, the shuttle camera records dozens of small orbs suddenly surrounding it. The standard explanation is space debris. But why would debris cluster around an object? And why does it seem to keep circling the tether?
See those little snowflake or those disc shapes going right behind the tether?
This UFO must have been at least 100 miles across, flying behind this tether.